Welcome to a special Live and Let's Discuss where we talk about, I'm calling it a first thoughts of No Time to Die. I thought for a second there,
What?
I started too soon. Hey everyone, welcome to Live and Let's Discuss, the special on No Time to Die. As you all know, I just started halfway through my spiel. The actual live started on my end, so it's already a good start.
Yeah.
So rather than what we normally do with a Live and Let's Discuss episode, where we do a deep dive analysis, this is essentially our first thoughts because Noah already reviewed this like an hour ago.
Yes.
And I want to, jump in. This is an explicit podcast because Noah is really furious. I'm not furious, honestly.
I'm also not furious, okay? I'm German. Like,
All right. No Time to Die was 30 minutes too long.
definitely.
That's my biggest complaint is it's too long.
That's the biggest complaint, really?
Yeah, honestly, I don't hate this movie. I don't like it so much. It's meh. And if you look, I call this the Daniel Craig Bond reboot scale. It's right in the middle. Quantum of Solace is so awful, and Spectre is worse than this. The references in this movie to the books are stupid.
Oh, I thought you mean all the references. It's
All
like
the
on
references,
Die Another Day
book
level.
ones are especially embarrassing especially when Bond's choking Blofeld and he says, "Die, Blofeld, die."
Oh my
I
god.
rolled my eyes at that.
They thought it was so awesome and cool.
The DB5 is ruined and abandoned
Again?
in the beginning.
Yeah, again, it got blown up in Skyfall, too.
But
And
this
then they
one
bring
had a
in, as a
minigun for it.
replacement, they bring in Timothy Dalton's car.
Yeah, the Vantage V8, and then that's just abandoned till the end.
Yeah. Because Craig can't have his own car. That's like
He did in Casino Royale.
I don't remember. I remember him getting the DB5 in Casino Royale, but
yeah, no, he had the DB9 in either Spectre or I think it was Spectre.
Yeah, he got a car in Spectre, which was used in like one action scene with no action, and then it didn't get used again.
Yes, but he did have a car.
Yeah.
For 2 seconds. I will say I'm glad that didn't bring back like some of the awful cars that like Roger Moore drove. Like,
can you imagine the Lotus, the white car that can turn into a submarine?
Exactly.
Oh, for the end of the movie when they are in this flying thing that can go underwater, replace it with the Lotus.
That would have been a better scene.
Now it can also fly. It flies now.
Well, I mean, they added miniguns to the DB5, so anything is possible. Or the invisible car from Die Another Day.
Oh yeah,
with the machine gun shotguns.
They bring it all back.
They bring it all back. Oh, I can't even remember the love interest character's name. The Bond girl.
In this movie?
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
The blonde one?
Yeah.
How can you not remember? She's the love of his life and the emotional center of the story.
I don't know why, though. Madeline, that's her name. Or is that the little girl's name?
No, it's Madeline. Yeah.
The little girl's Madeline too.
We're just gonna call her Madeline too, yeah.
Yeah. Madeline. Actually a really good actress. It's just her character's boring.
I don't know if I can agree with the really good actress thing. I mean, I have seen her in these two movies. I have seen her in Mission Impossible, and she was in Inglourious Basterds for like 5 seconds.
I
And
love
it's like,
her in Glorious. That was what I was thinking of. Is Inglorious Bastards.
yeah, and I don't think she's a good actress at all. But
Fair enough.
my thing is, imagine she's replaced entirely with Monica Bellucci, who was Inspector and easily was the best character Inspector and
Oh
has
yeah.
the most chemistry with Craig and can actually act.
Yes.
And then they can also say, look how progressive we are. We have an age-appropriate woman for the Bond character.
Yeah. Yeah. But no.
We get generic bimbo number 5.
Well, she's part of Spectre, kind of. She's born
Oh,
into
that's
Spectre.
so deep and fascinating character stuff. Please tell me more.
That's it.
She's a psychiatrist. Oh, she can understand Bond better than anyone before.
She can also understand Blofeld. For
Oh yeah,
reasons.
she can understand Hannibal Blofeld.
Hannibal Blofeld Joker.
Yeah. Oh boy. Which I was thinking of his stupid eye thing in this movie. This movie, it brings in the stupid,
Uh-huh.
like You Only Live Twice did, like Die Another Day did, like Moonraker did. They all get to a point where they just become so over the top and stupid. And it was kind of nice in this
Yeah,
to have
because
those stupid elements.
yeah, that's the best part. Is the real this movie gets really dumb
And schlocky in a
and
way.
schlocky because we've had miserable
Hmm.
for 4 films. Now you get the Casino Royale had to be that way.
Yeah, understandable.
But like we have from Quantum of Solace to now, and I get that Skyfall was a good movie,
Yeah.
although it didn't age well. Watch Skyfall now.
Watch all of these 5 movies in a row and you will realize the problems.
We're gonna have the worst whiplash when we get to all these.
Yeah.
It's just it's bizarre.
Yeah.
But like Craig is in really good shape. I will say that. For his age, he's in
His
phenomenal physical shape.
his body, yes. His face, it's another discussion.
He feels too old at times. At other times it's like it's okay because I go with the Roger Moore scale where Roger Moore just looked ancient by the end.
In his last one.
It was that facelift. That facelift ruined it.
Yeah.
It did the reverse of a facelift and it made him look older. From A View to a Kill is just the most bizarre looking Bond by far.
Yeah. Okay, by that comparison, yeah. Craig looks fine enough in this.
Yeah, but like he's got a kid.
Yeah. That which didn't bother me too much. I mean,
No,
it
it
still
didn't.
bothers me, but it's not like as much focused on as I feared.
It wasn't Blast from the Past.
It was, thank God. I mean, then that would have been kind of fucking amazing. Like,
That
can you
would've-
imagine this little girl just getting killed in the movie?
Oh yeah, with the pufferfish poison.
That would have been amazing. When they should have just killed everyone. They kind of basically did. To me, this movie, it's like a contradiction. On the one hand, they said, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just embrace the stupid Bond tropes. Okay.
Yes,
But
there's
then
the beginning
which is
piece.
yeah, which is fine, and there is stuff in here that's reminiscent of old Bond that I enjoy.
Mhm.
But then we have this on the one side, the schlocky fun. But on the other side, we have let's go pretentious again, do an emotional, deep story and descent of for Craig, and then they try to mix it again. And I was thinking, is this better or worse than Spectre? And I was thinking, it's better
Yes.
for 2 reasons. One, it's visually not ugly like Spectre was, which was dark and piss yellow for the entire film.
Yeah, it's a bad bad. The only thing in Spectre that looked good was the opening set piece.
Yeah, that was fun. And here, the action is fine, I think. It happens quick, I guess, but it's fine for the most part. Whereas
Yeah.
in Spectre, it's obviously not good action and it's just boring action. And then we get to the big problems like the emotional stuff, which none of it worked.
We haven't talked about the Bond villain, who I was like, he looks like Freddie,
Lucifer Satan.
he looks like Freddie Mercury, and then I realized he played Freddie Mercury
Yeah.
in the Queen movie. I'm like, this guy, he just looks like Freddie Mercury if he got like burned.
Okay, so we have a burn victim Freddie Mercury as the villain.
Yeah, he's weird at times. Well, first of all, he's underdeveloped.
Oh yes, definitely.
Which why is he underdeveloped in a 2.5-hour movie is beyond me.
Especially since the opening sequence is about his backstory, basically.
Yes, which did you notice that in the trailer Bond was under the ice?
Oh.
Which, as I recall, that's a thing.
Oh, they must have edited this.
Or they put Bond in post. Well, actually, I'm going to look it up.
Okay, let me start with I like this opening in a way because it was kind of like a horror movie, which it was weird and different, and I did enjoy that. I like the gun barrel. It's not a traditional gun barrel, but it was visually interesting at least.
It was in the beginning.
Yes, that's already an improvement. I can't
stress that enough that we've had 2 movies in a row now that put the gun barrel in the beginning. And the gun barrel looked nice.
Yeah. That was also not a classical one, but they tried something different there, and I thought, okay, it's okay. Problem I have is it's effective as like a little horror opening, this flashback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that it's about Madeline just because I don't care about her character at all. I didn't in Spectre, and I still don't in this, and the romance and all of this just doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
But you know what? I liked the villain. I liked how she shot him 12 times and then he got up like he's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It was fun. And then it kept going.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was so confused if like my copy of the movie on like Amazon Prime, if there was like an error or something. Because then it flashes to current day, I think 2015. I think that's set right after Spectre. With Bond and Madeline in wherever they are, Italy probably. And then it keeps going for another 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So we are 30 minutes in, 25 to be fair. And then the opening credits start with the song and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this like half an hour into the movie? I could just think back to like Goldfinger. That's like literally like a 5-minute mini adventure, and then we get going. And this is like half an hour. It's insane. It looks visually good, but
yeah. Oh no, it could be the kid. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just spent a bunch of time just staring at that and like trying to figure that out.
But yeah, so this entire opening, this has to be the longest one in the franchise history.
Yes.
Yeah, the previous record holder was The World Is Not Enough. I think that was only like 12 minutes.
Yes, because they had the boat chase.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere in the plus 10 minutes, but definitely under 20. And this was almost half an hour. I mean, visually it's fine. It has some good action.
Yeah.
But they take stuff from the On Her Majesty's Secret Service book here, him visiting Vesper's grave. I rolled my eyes so fucking hard when they make out in the bed. And she's like, get over Vesper, like, forgive her. And it's like...
I rolled my eyes when the score from On Her Majesty's...
That made me want to fucking die.
When we have all the time in the world. First of all, Hans Zimmer does the score for this. This is his first time doing Bond. It's for me, it's a 50-50 score.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff. Actually, it's broken up into thirds. There's some good stuff. There's some mess stuff. The mess stuff is the typical Hans Zimmer
Hmm.
crap that he does now.
Yeah.
So ever since Batman Begins.
Oh yeah, there was like one track I remember. I think it was near the opening.
Mhm.
And it sounded like, am I watching Batman Begins? This sounds like the like the
Oh
sound.
yeah, and it's full French horn, and it's too much. And then there's the third that's just on Her Majesty's Secret Service, but with a full orchestra.
Which pissed me off to no end.
Yeah, it
These
doesn't
were-
quite work.
These references, like a couple of them okay, but like when I think it's when the credit sequence starts, they have like the little Dr. No, the opening with the lights and everything,
Yes.
where it flashes, and it's I can. So this tried to be a combination of On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Dr. No, and the You Only Live Twice novel.
Mhm.
Because apparently they wanted to make the ultimate, this is the end for James Bond. First off, this is stupid as an end for Craig's run on its own. If they actually wanted to end the entire franchise on this, that's even worse.
I got Rise of Skywalker vibes from this. But this is better than that?
It can't be worse. I would agree with
But you
that. at
can.
least.
It's called Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills is the worst thing I've ever seen, and I stand by it. Is the worst sequel to a big movie I have ever seen in my life. I can't say it's the worst thing because Shark Exorcist exists.
Yeah,
That is probably the worst movie I have ever seen in my life.
But Jeremy, 40 years ago, Michael Myers murdered those people. And evil is gonna
tonight. Evil dies tonight. And then they all beat up Michael Myers, and he kills half of them. He kills the only actress that was actually like doing anything in the movie.
And now this is our Halloween Kills discussion.
Yeah, but anyway, back to good old
No Time to Die. Yeah. Oh boy. So I think I'm done with positives. Like, it looks fine, which isn't a big positive because that's something you should expect. Like, that's
oh yeah, these movies are millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah. Was this must have been more expensive than even Spectre, which was already insane in budget.
Oh, probably.
They are fucked. Like, they're not gonna make their money back. Especially not with the
did
pandemic.
better than I expected, and it was
Oh, yeah.
critically did better than I expected too. It did fine. It did better than Spectre, I do believe, critically.
Yeah, but they also, it's not just the cost of making it plus the chaos with the marketing.
Oh yeah, well they delayed this movie for nearly 2 years.
Which I want to mention because I recently bought the James Bond archive.
The Behemoth.
This is not even acting, this thing is actually fucking heavy. Entire table is shaking. And this thing says No Time to Die came out in 2020. Because, pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic plus I'm of the opinion they were kind of embarrassed.
Likely. And I think they were also afraid because I swear they did reshoots. Two things. One, I think Lucifer Satan, or whatever the bad guy's name is, he was maybe really supposed to be Dr. No. Maybe he actually was. These people are so fucking retarded. I actually believe they would do it.
Oh, whoa. Don't, no.
I'm talking about the screenwriters.
Okay.
They're dumb. That's
Okay.
okay. I'm not going. Okay, not the hard R word, which Americans don't like. Let's just say they are dumb. They are dumb-dumbs. We know that much.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought, this is the end of Craig's run. We're going to bring it full circle. It's like poetry. It rhymes. We're going to bring back the original Bond villain, Dr. No. Because he's obviously Dr. No inspired, and there's a lot of callbacks in design and everything. And there's one part left in the movie At the end, where one of the bad guys, henchman, calls him Doctor, but he isn't a doctor as far as we know. So my idea, he either was Dr. No, or he was Dr. Shatterhand.
That's more what I was thinking, is they were going to call him Shatterhand.
Yeah, and maybe they
Yes,
backed
the
out of
Garden
that one.
Death,
Yeah, from You Only Live Twice, the novel.
which is barely a Garden of Death.
Yeah, it's a garden. It's like, what were these roads? It was like sand, right?
There was sand and rocks, all like gravel all over. And there's several poisonous plants where he takes Madeline 2. We're just gonna call her Madeline 2 forever.
Yep.
with her and her dodo
Yeah.
rabbit, which the kid doesn't speak English.
Okay.
I don't think at all. I think she speaks French the entire time.
Oh no, I think she does understand. I think
She understands, but I don't
Stefan-
think she ever says anything in English.
I think the only thing she says is like Safin asks her like, "Do you like my garden? Do you like my place?" And she's like, "No," and that's it.
But no is like a universal term at this point. No transcends all language. Like No Time to Die.
Yeah, a transcendent movie.
Translated at all. It's just No Time to Die on every poster. Can we talk about M?
Oh yeah,
How
sure.
awful M's character is in this movie?
He's the villain.
He is. He really is the villain for no reason other than American politics.
Mm.
The Americans and the British won't ever deal with each other again. It's like, why? That's never clear. I guess it's a narrative towards the Trump administration, but like,
Great job, aged like milk. And it's like 1 year later.
yeah, he's not even the president anymore. Like, I don't get it.
This
And
is
that's
is
the
this
whole
like
thing.
is
Felix gets Bond because Bond's not in the secrets in on Her Majesty's Secret Service anymore. A better movie, and a
way
better
better movie.
and like gets him involved in. I don't
The
even
plot?
know what it was. To be honest, I don't
They were
know.
they were looking
what
for
happened.
a mad Russian scientist who
Yeah,
was
because we have the whole Dark Knight-esque scene in this of all like the takeover,
oh yeah.
the terrorists, which are led
Where,
by
where the
Knox
henchman with Cyclops comes in. his
I
stupid eye.
love Cyclops. It was so goofy.
Yes, that's the schlock that works.
I
It was-
loved it. It reminded me of Jaws, or what Batista's character was in Spectre, which is another part of Spectre I liked, was the train fight. We hadn't had a train fight in a while.
Hmm.
I always like a good train fight. I mean, nothing tops From Russia with Love, because that actually feels like a brawl.
Yeah.
But I love in Live and Let Die when the guy gets thrown by
Oh, Teehee.
his prosthetic arm, and he just gets it ripped off, falls to his death.
That's great. But yes, so Cyclops, he is actually, okay, that's like I said, one of the good elements. He comes in, he does his little Bane moment. Like you said, Dark Knight, it reminds me of the Bane opening from Rises.
That's what I was thinking. Is Rises.
The fire rises.
Yeah. Was getting caught part of your plan?
Of course.
clearly American because I talk like this. Like I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Shut up, Littlefinger.
Oh man, but they take the scientist with them. So he's working for Spectre, but then he double crosses them because he is actually working for Lucifer Satan.
See. Yes.
Yeah,
Lucifer Satan.
Yeah, his name is Lucifer Safin, but you don't have to be a genius to see. Oh, what we are doing, you see? It's almost on Mark
weird.
Forster's level.
Yeah, but the 4 elements were not in this.
Oh yeah, they were. They were on an island. It was land surrounded by water. There was air, and then Bond got obliterated with fire. It's the 4 elements in action.
Is there? But it's the best Bond film ever.
Yeah.
They had the one.
Bond's death had it all. It had the 4 elements. Okay? That's all we could have wished for.
We haven't even talked about the robots. The micro robots in the bloodstreams that cause
Nanobots.
plague. The nanobots
Yeah.
that like kill your entire family lineage, I guess. I don't know.
So we know the screenwriter read Invincible by Troy Denning, the final legacy of the Force book, and he took that element.
Yeah. And then I'm kind of like, so Felix dies.
Which pissed me off so much.
Well, I will say this. The Felix Bond stuff in this, good.
It is good, but it's not earned.
It's not earned, but if you look at it, if you use the greatest video game ever, 007 Legends, where they put Daniel Craig in Moonraker.
Oh, yeah.
And that Daniel Craig has just been Bond this whole time, and that we went back in time to Dr. No, and we worked our way forward.
Oh yeah, we make the stupid fan theory. Watch Casino, then watch Quantum, then watch all the other films starting with Dr. No, and then Skyfall.
We
Spectre
need to do
and
an
No
episode when we do this. Also, might as well put in Never Say Never Again.
Yeah, and Casino 67 and Barry Nelson's Casino Royale. They are all part of one universe.
He just banged a bunch of women named Vespa.
Yeah, that's why he can't get over her. It's been like 16 years. He's still not over.
He doesn't even know who which Vespa grave he's visiting.
He keeps getting confused why Felix Leiter is a white man, then a black man, then a white man, and then a black man again.
And he keeps aging in reverse.
He's not even a consistent Benjamin Button. He's just this. Oh man. Oh, this reminds me. We have a reference to Robert Brown's M in this.
Yes, and
that's one I like.
They had the other. I can't remember the other M's name.
Judi Dench.
Well, he had Judi Dench.
Bernard Lee.
Yes, and I think it was cut out. I think there was the film. There was going to be portraits of all 3 of them, and then they're like, we don't have a reason to frame for one of them.
Yeah, it's also possible because Bernard Lee's portrait was already in The World Is Not Enough as a tribute. Which was nice. Yeah, but it was nice to see Robert Brown specifically because he doesn't get much recognition for his role in the Bond franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. And of course, Judi Dench has got to be in here.
Well, yeah, of course. That's like his mom.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I mean, with Bernard Lee's M, you could also say it was his dad, especially at the end of Majesty's Secret Service.
Mm-hmm.
When he's chatting with Tracy's dad and you realize, yeah.
And Bond doesn't have a family.
Yeah.
Because
now he has.
Brother. And is Blofeld's his adoptive brother, and he's a psychopath.
Yeah, which they didn't directly reference it. They made 1 or 2 little jokey moments, like when Bond accidentally kills Blofeld while screaming "Die, Blofeld, die," which is the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my life. Q makes the joke, "Oh, glad you're not actually related, because now you would also be dead."
Yeah, well, this was a different director, which we haven't discussed, whereas Skyfall and Spectre had the same director.
Sam Mendes. Mm-hmm.
This is a different guy.
Cary Fukunaga, which in my review for it, I gave him another name, which I can't say because it will get me cancelled. It was like
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
You can guess which one.
Yes, we can. Anyway. I gotta keep this classy, Noah.
Classy. Okay.
Can we talk about the new Bond?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't hate her.
I don't hate her either.
I think them. They're non-binary. I forgot. Like Gabby caught it first. Gabby, my girlfriend, and I went and saw this at the theater. She's like, why is M calling them they? I'm like, oh, they're non-binary.
Did M call what? Did he?
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember that.
Well, it's like so offhand. I liked them as the new 007.
She
It
wasn't
was
awful. She
no.
wasn't. But
They go back and forth a bit like an Avengers movie, but like it wasn't insufferable.
yeah, speaking of Avengers movies. Okay, let me finish my point about her, but the dialogue in this reminded me of Marvel movies at some points.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, she was not as bad as I would have expected after the trailers.
Yes.
Because you know what
We
you
both
expect.
were not thrilled.
Yeah. I was expecting Jinx 2.0. Like this
Yeah.
Halle Berry level terrible performance and everything. And it was fine. It still didn't work. They tried to give her like this little arc where she came around to liking Bond, which was extremely predictable, and I could have easily done without it, but whatever. Which also didn't work because I don't think there was really like a good. There just was no good arc where she came to trust him. I couldn't really feel that at
I
all.
would honestly, I was of the way I didn't. First of all, I didn't want Madeline to be the love of his life. Madeline won.
No one wanted her. Everybody,
I
when
don't
this
mind her
movie,
being in this, but their thing is they're done. Especially after the beginning. He just throws her on a train and like it's like we're never seeing each other again. That's
Mhm.
done. I kind of I wanted him to
if this,
hook
hey,
up
hey,
with
hey, if this was the last time we've actually seen her in the movie, getting on the train and leaving, and he says we're done, and then she never shows up again, and that's it, I would have stood up and give this movie a standing ovation. That would
yeah,
have been awesome.
it would have been reminiscent of him and Tiffany Case in the books.
That maybe that it would have been enough of like a, what would you call it?
Reference?
No, subverting expectations,
Yes.
because the opening is very much on Her Majesty's Secret Service, but different.
Or better yet, she's in it more and she's killed at about the halfway point.
Instead of Felix. Maybe they had to
Yeah.
kill everyone.
Yeah, I didn't agree with the Felix death. That was the most unnecessary.
Because
I
it's
was
the
expect
end.
I was expecting them to kill M.
Hmm.
That's what I was expecting. I was expecting not quite a Man with the Golden Gun novel thing happen, but similar to what they did with Skyfall when they
Hmm.
tried to assassinate M in like the court or the hearing scene.
Mhm.
But like I really wanted him to like hook up with the girl, the Cuban woman.
Paloma,
Yeah,
which was a last minute addition, if I'm not wrong.
it's a good addition.
Yeah, she's good.
She's fun, and
Yeah.
I was because we had just when I saw this, we had just watched Diamonds Are Forever, and then I immediately went and watched which Diamonds is coming out soon, everyone. So don't worry, it's happening. It's coming out this weekend. But then we went and watched Live and Let Die,
Mhm.
and I'm like, both Sean Connery and Roger Moore would have gotten with her immediately, especially
Yeah.
when he's changing into his tux to be like, well, we could take some time. And he says a one-liner. It pans away to like in like that tasteful Bond's getting some sort of cut. But we subverted expectations, and I was disappointed.
Yeah. Instead, he just gets dressed.
He gets dressed, bangs Madeline maybe once. Well, I mean, at the beginning, they're
And
getting
then later
on.
on, when he's at her house,
Yes, this doesn't make sense.
and then he cooks breakfast for the daughter.
Which was cute. It wasn't awful.
Yeah, but really, is anyone gonna go into a James Bond movie wanting to watch The Family Man?
No,
Um,
it was different though. I would have liked it honestly if she had moved on. Also, that'd be another thing. And that's not his daughter. And he reflects on where my life's taken me. And then he thinks about Tracy.
hmm.
That would have been nice. But we rebooted, so Tracy doesn't exist. Or does she? Because 007 Legends is a thing. And the Aston Martin, both Aston Martins are in this.
Yeah, like we said. And I don't know.
You know
I
what?
never
Also
want.
good.
I never want to see the DB5 again. Actually,
Really.
they have overplayed it now.
So if I do a video of me building the Lego DB5, you won't watch it.
I will, because your videos are not James Bond movies.
What if I dressed as James Bond and put on the worst British accent I've ever? I can't
Then
do
it-
a British accent.
Then it would be better than all James Bond movies by Daniel Craig.
I'm flattered. So when are we
How-
doing our James Bond fan film?
We have to at some point to show
have
it
to.
can be done better.
Yeah, with half the budget.
Yeah,
That
and in
was the
two
thing.
different countries without like meeting each other, like just me in front of a green screen. I'm gonna send you the footage.
That's great. Noah will write a better James Bond script. Well, okay. So I'm kind of, I don't know. Do you have more to say about this, or should we wait till we wait a few years and then we actually do a deep dive into this? Because like I don't
No,
want,
we can talk about it.
because like I just I want to bring up now because they're going to introduce a new actor as James Bond.
Yeah.
And I can literally think of 0 people I want to be Bond at this point. Although The Rock has said he wants to be James Bond, which I think is an absolute fucking joke.
Oh man.
I wouldn't mind an American James Bond, but like
The
we need-
only American Bond I could have accepted would have been Clint Eastwood when they tried to get him, I think, for Diamonds or even sooner.
Yeah, but I don't know. There just isn't an actor right now that I could really see as playing Bond.
I mean, we could still get Clint Eastwood back. He's 91 years old, but he's still kicking ass, making his movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks better than Craig does now.
Lord. Yeah, I don't know. Like the Broccoli's need to not be involved with Bond anymore.
Barbara. Her problem is she fell in love with Craig to a level where this wasn't a Bond movie. This was a Daniel Craig movie. He became a producer. Where I think from Quantum onwards, maybe because he also wrote the script for Quantum, because everybody wrote the script for Quantum.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie feels like a vanity project in a way. This is like Daniel Craig's Getaway.
You did not go there.
Yes, I did go there. Because near the end, this entire action scene, which was kind of fun, on the island when he's alone and he's shooting his guns and he does this.
Oh, when they reenact the gun barrel?
Oh, yeah.
And he makes he gets the watch that makes the Cyclops eye explode, and he tells Q it was mind blowing.
Yeah,
which I loved.
When all of this happens, and it comes across as like, I'm so fucking awesome right now. Look at me, I'm James Bond. And it's kind of nice to get that, but at the same time, I feel like this was Craig just, I don't know, this.
It's the thing I've said that his strong suit is he's just so physical. I can believe he'll kill everyone in the room.
Yeah.
Even if it means he gets horribly maimed and then dies because he gets the nanovirus stabbed into him.
Into his face.
He gets
Yeah.
it stabbed into his face, and he does a Steven Seagal arm bar, arm break, which I literally cheered.
And then he shoots the bad guy in the face a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did he drop an F-bomb? I can't remember.
No, M dropped
No,
the
M
F-bomb.
drops it. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" or something like that.
Oh yeah, when Bond he works again with Q and Moneypenny behind M's back, and then Q is like, "Where did you get all this top secret information?" For fuck's sake! When he realizes because they are the Scooby-Doo gang, like they were in Spectre, they were not. It wasn't as bad as in Spectre because now they have these famous actors playing, M, Moneypenny, Q, and they feel like, oh, we have to bring them in more because we have famous actors, which I don't like. But it's better in here than in Spectre.
Yeah, it was fine. I love the hairless cat at Q's apartment because I think hairless cats are adorable. I think the cats are adorable. We need more of them. We need a James Bond movie that everyone is played by a cat.
We get Cats, the movie, with the horrible nightmare CGI creatures.
We have Cats versus Dogs. That has a Blofeld joke in it.
Oh yeah, right. Blofeld, Hannibal Blofeld in this. He should have had a cat with him in his prison cell for no reason. He's just gonna let him
talk if he has his cat with him.
Yeah. I mean, they said he only talks to Madeline Swan, so we're gonna bring her in. Oh, he only talks when he has his cat. We gotta give him his cat. Blofeld's whole thing, he has this robotic eye, which I guess he implanted like around the time of Spectre when his eye got fucked up, which we only learn now, and they think he's insane and that he's talking to himself. And then there's this point when Bond is in Cuba during this Eyes Wide Shut party. He walks in and there's this bald guy with like an eyeball walking around.
So funny. That was so funny. It was so schlocky and wonderful. And then the poison comes down and it kills everyone but Bond.
Oh yeah. Up until this point, like the entire thing in Cuba and everything, I did like the movie. Up until there, it's good. Like they make these references. It feels like a schlocky, fun James Bond movie. Finally.
Yeah.
Then it completely falls apart after that scene. After they kill Felix, basically, it falls apart. But up until there, it was fun. But this scene also gets kind of ruined because we have the Russian scientist come in. Who we saw he switched like the files, and instead of killing Bond with the gas, it killed everyone else. And then he has to say, it worked. It killed all of Spectre. Because this movie is made for dumb Americans specifically. And they are so stupid they wouldn't understand what just happened. We have to explain it again.
I loved when new 007 kicks him into the pool of acid and he just melts.
Oh yeah, after he made a racist remark for some reason, because why the fuck not? And you know what time it is? Time to die. And then she kicks him in. Which that was maybe the worst line I've ever heard.
I laughed.
Out of embarrassment or because it was genuinely funny to you?
Because the effect of him melting was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You can't show too much because it's PG-13, but like they got pretty graphic. Bond got blown up, and he's like,
fucking obliterated.
You have all the time in the world.
That made me cringe so hard.
And then she's like, I'm going to tell you. Madeline 1 is talking to Madeline 2. I'm going to tell you the story.
Can we call the little Madeline Mini-Me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and then she tells Mini-Me, let me tell you about a man named Bond, James Bond. And then Louis Armstrong kicks in. We have all the time in the world.
So we can try it out. Yeah, you know the guy who tried to get your little dodo and he ended up dying.
Yeah, your little dodo also got obliterated.
That's what I thought the whole time. He literally gets shot through the dodo.
Well, you know what I should have done? Fucking Satan shoots at the Bond, and the bullet goes into the dodo, and it saves Bond's life.
That would have been perfect.
He beats Satan to death with little dodo.
He just takes Dodo's ears and strangles him.
He strangles him while screaming, "Die, Satan, die!"
Arm break. That arm break was just wonderful.
He breaks both of his arms, then both of his legs, and then he strangles him with Dodo while screaming, "Die, Satan, die!" This movie might have melted my brain. Oh god.
All right. Well, anyway.
No, we are not at the end.
We're not. How are we not at the end?
There's too much stuff in here. Oh boy. So, they also kill Blofeld. Did we even mention it?
Yes.
Okay, so Bond gets pissy and he tries to choke Blofeld while screaming, "Die, Blofeld, die!" Because remember that it's happening in the book. That's the final confrontation. And Bond kills him on accident. Which was really funny because they just... So he chokes him. Blofeld is fine for a moment. Then Tanner comes in. Bill Tanner also comes in. And then they both look like... And they look at Blofeld and he's just... It was so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they have this back and forth, which feels like a Marvel movie. Everyone is witty and just quippy stuff, and
the four elements are there, you know.
At least we got the 4 elements out of this movie. We got an underwater scene with this, whatever it was, a drone. It can fly, then it goes underwater, where it looks like Escape from LA. Those levels of CGI.
Yeah.
Can Madeline 2 Mini-Me's Dodo become like our new thing? Or new meme after the 4 elements? Imagine any action scene in a Bond movie. How much better it would have been if he had little Dodo as an, you know.
Yeah, I can see it. He should have thrown little Dodo.
Oh, like the scene in Living Daylights with the exploding milk bottles. He throws explosive dodos. I think we just made this movie better.
Yeah.
With these ideas.
We need to have the Live and Let's Discuss cut of No Time to Die.
The Dodo cut.
The Dodo cut.
Release the Dodo cut.
Release the Dodo cut. All right.
Now we are done.
I'm done. My brain is fried.
Same.
I got a haircut.
Yeah.
I cut my hair.
You cut your own hair.
I've done that before. I don't think you knew me then. I once shaved my head. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This was No Time to Die. James Bond dies. Everybody dies. Felix dies. Blofeld dies. It's over. It's out. It's done.
Until we get another James Bond.
Yeah. I think it did say at the end, James Bond will return. I didn't wait. Like, when they started...
I didn't wait either.
When they started the Louis Armstrong song, I was so like, oh, fuck off. I just turned it off. I couldn't take anymore.
All right. Well, that was our No Time to Die first thoughts. Join us in 2 years when we do a deep dive.
More Dodo.
More Dodo. Release the Dodo cut. All right. Have a good one.
Goodbye.